We're missing someone still.
I think it's Monkey Mafia. I think AA Gaming said he was gone to bed.
He won't race then?
Nah, he won't. It's like 3 o'clock for him.
Okay, so we are back once again. We have another issue now, and hope this time finally we can start this Austrian Grand Prix. I hope our viewers come back as soon as possible. We only have 2 at the moment. We are missing more of them, so I hope to see their commentaries on the chat very soon. Well, now going into the race and looks... Oh, Clint is still here, so good to know that. Supporting Rostorm, we have 4 viewers now. Well, we are missing 1 driver now. Monkey Mafia looks is gone to bed. So we only have 19 people racing now. So we are gonna be waiting for drivers to take their setups, and Eckert has already up. Not sure if that was right for him to do. If not, it's going to be another problem. I really don't want more of that.
Right, so finally getting underway for the formation up. Let's see if Ross can keep it clean for this one. Come on, through turn 1. Don't spin, don't spin, don't spin. Very careful on the throttle this time. There he is. So he might actually be able to get off to a good start this one, and hopefully we're in for a good race. Fingers crossed. Should be good. We've got, you know, very close grid. Everyone's going to be pretty sort of not on top with it at all because they've had a bit of a break between races, so it could be interesting.
Well, okay, yeah, finally that was pretty annoying. I have to say that. Oh, wait, we've had, till now we have 9 viewers, which is very good. And yeah, we are checking tires again, top 10 on softs, then Cairns on 11, hard tires, Eckert on 12, soft tires, AA Gaming on mediums and 13th, Ouch 14th on soft tires, Gunner 15th on medium tires, Paulo Frost 16th on soft, finally Boss Gohan, Maverick and Womack, the 3 of them on medium tires. So we are now following Rostor, who has been saved by all the restart of starting with ice tires, so he's giving it very good now. We have commentary from Mike Tyson, who says, "Here we go," and says, "Adam commenced the fisting." So they're supporting Adam, who is starting on P7, but we saw Qualifying was very close, so race hopefully will be the same. Drivers now are taking their spots on the grid. Rostorm gonna defend that pole position. First pole for him. First ever pole for him on FRL Division 2. He's now gonna start the race. Finally, the last driver has taken his spot, and Womack, for some reason, starting last. Yeah, Womack started last. I confused with Echo. The lights out now. Lights out and away we go. Rostorm does get a good start, and Bonaldo gets a very good start, looks like. Rostorm easy covers there, and Fletch misses the brakes there, goes a bit off the track. Juventino is gonna try to overtake there. Takes there by the mistake and Tiggs by the outside now, trying to overtake both drivers. Juventino is into P2 now. Bonaldo touched the back of Tig, and it's wing damage for Bonaldo and spawns Tig there. Big carnage going on turn 2. Rostorm's already 1.5 in front of Juventino. Flesh P3. Adam is up into P4 now. Bagos starting 9th, if I'm not wrong, is now into P5, and there goes Cairns off the track. Back again. John Fans dropping into P7, lost in 3 places. And the one who got the worst start was Tig, and Bonaldo, who made contact. Bonaldo with wing damage. Tig losing a lot there. Not sure if he has wing damage also. Looks not. A Gaming improving in 4th place. Like his teammate Boss Gohan 7 places from the start. Oh, and touch! Big touch there. Contact there. Boss Gohan is round. A spun on track. Recovers control of the car, but very crazy start of the race we have there. And Juventino's close very quickly into Rostorm again. 1.1, gap was into 1.5. Now closing again. Bagos now attacking Adam for that P4 of the race. And we have, oh, and Adam's Bagos spun there is into the wall. Big wing damage for him there. And another mistake by there. And Womack's done a great start of the race there. 8 places won by him. But the biggest surprise of all is Maverick, who has won 10 places now and is into P9. Now being attacked by Euch. Loses 1 place, but not sure what. Yeah, he has medium tires, being overtaken by the soft runners there. But a great start by Maverick and by Womack there. Juventino's now in DRS range, almost there. Closing into Rostorm. DRS is gonna be open now. We're going to see more action on track. Surprisingly, we've not have any DNFs at the moment, even with all the carnage. And Bagos again round there at the end of sector 2.
Yeah, definitely a very chaotic start, as you said. Ideal start, though, for the current race leader of Rostorm, but Stay Vento really putting the pressure on, trying to get into the DRS range behind Adam, of course, on the back of Fletch, who really got swamped off the start. That mistake into turn 1 did not help him one bit at all. We've also had a lot of spinners. Bagos on his debut for Racing Point, AA Gaming getting tapped around with contact with, I believe it was Womack or someone of the sort. I'm not entirely sure who it initially was, but he's been spun round after a good start. Adam on the back of Fletch. He's got the DRS, but these two need to work together. They don't want to lose the DRS ahead, and Stay Vento's priority is to try and creep inside the DRS. You can see how much energy recovery system he's used, trying to detection points there. He's inside DRS now. This is where he's latched on. He's got the tow hook on the back of Rostorm. He goes a little bit wide though. That's going to compromise his run. He just needs to get back into the 1 second range. There he is. This is the tow hook now latched on, and he's going to start chipping away at that gap. Adam as well with Fletch. Further down the field though, we've got quite, sort of close-ish gaps. We've got Sadok and Womack with a great start for Womack and Maverick as well, respectively. Both astonishing starts, but let's see if they've got the pace to carry the momentum forward. We've got Adam trying to put the pressure on Fletch for P3. He needs a good run off this turn 2 corner, but it doesn't seem like he's managed to do that too well. The Alfa Romeo still on the back of the Mercedes, and Fletch's pace hasn't really transferred over from qualifying. He's not putting the pressure on Stay Vento. He did for a while, but it looks as though Stay Vento really putting the pressure on Rostorm, pulling a massive gap through this infield section, knowing how crucial it is to stay out of the DRS range. This is his sort of hammer time, you could say. He needs to stay out of the DRS, and looks as though people are pretty spread out at the front. John Fans on the back of Rishi as well. Adam on the back of Fletch could get spicy towards the end. Of course, we've got a lot of strategical differences up and down the field, so could get spicy. DRS is very, very crucial though, and Adam needs to hang on to it. Stay Evento needs to get inside it with Rostorm if he wants any chance of winning this race. But Rostorm going a little bit deep through turn 1, that could open the door for Stay Evento to get back inside that DRS range. But so far, not too much going on. Wumax on the back of Maverick. This is for P10. DRS open and overtake. Can he get it to the inside? Just going to think better of that. On this particular occasion, he goes through turn 1, bit of a cut and a bit wide on the exit. This could leave him open for Sadik behind, but he's got a good enough run. He's got the overspeed, falls to the outside as Maverick defends. He's not going to sell the dummy, he's going to commit to the outside. The overspeed he's got source him into P10, and that is Wumax taking points away from Maverick, and that is him cleanly up into the top 10 and looking to chase after his teammate on the soft compound tyres.
Yeah, great move done there by the outside by Womax, and we have the fight between Adam and Flesh too. Adam got much closer, but now again losing some time. Juventino and Rostorm, 1.1 second of difference. Rostorm stand the gap for a moment, then once again fell down, but not enough for Juventino to catch DRS with him. Then Flesh has lost some time with them. 2.6 seconds is what separates him with Rostorm and Juventino. Then Adam still keeps the pressure, but not enough to get the move done. John Fans again at the back of Rishi, so not much fights at track we have now. We have also the fight between Maverick, who tries to regain on Womack, who overtook him on the last lap. Adam now 3 times closer, but not enough to get Flesh there. Then we have Boss Gohan against Tick, who is now on the medium tires. Tick, who had that incident with Bonaldu, who is 12 seconds behind on the hard compound of tires. Now Juventino 1.0 seconds behind Rostorm. Is he catching DRS or not? Not at the moment, still missing by a minimal time there, but now he's definitely gonna have 8 tenths behind. Gonna have a DRS on the next straight, but it's not going to be enough to get the move done. He's still pretty far, but he can start closing that gap. Now held by the DRS, and he just needs to keep there and not let him go away again. Adam close.
Rostorm really, apologies. Rostorm really low on ERS. Both of them pushing so hard with their energy recovery system. Bagos is out in the pit lane, so no safety car going to be brought out. But Stay 27%, both trying to harvest the ERS, but Stay very much within the DRS range, and Adam very much on the back of Fletch for P3. Both fights could get feisty for the top 4, but too bad they're about 3.5 seconds apart and not going to be joining each other in due time. But Stay really got a foot in on the lead of the race now. Let's see if he can put the pressure on and maybe get in front in a couple of laps time.
Yeah, we'll see, but well, both of drivers, Rostorm and Juventino, same amount of ERS, so they are fighting on equal conditions. And Juventino is getting very close. Now we'll see if he tries to go for a move on the next straight. Cutting a bit the corner, not sure if he got a warning for that or not. He's not trying to go for the move, not using overtake button, just trying to hold that distance with Rostorm. Adams lost almost 1 second with Flash there, and still Juventino not trying to go for the attack. John Fans fighting now with Rishi there at turn 2. John Fans gets through, but now Rishi has that DRS, but with no ERS to defend, while John Fans does have ERS to defend. Trying to dive on by the outside, but it's not going to be enough, or yes it is. Oh, got a bit pushed off the track there. John Fans gets the move done. Rishi keeps that P6, thankfully not no accident happened there, just some loss of time for Rishi. Look, Juventino's trying to save ERS now, holding to Rostorm's DRS. Rostorm not pushing now, Juventino also not pushing now. Just trying to save ERS at the moment. We'll see the attacks most probably on the next laps. Or maybe he'll just try to go for an undercut, which would save him a lot of ERS. Womack now has overtaken Sadok for that P10, and that's 9 places gained by this guy, who is now in the points behind his teammate Ekot, who is on the soft compound of tire. Elge now fighting Cairns, who has starting on the hard tire, so we'll have to check on him and the rest of the race, and completely alternative strategy for Cairns there. Womack's closing now into his teammate. Those soft tires are going to start losing pace at any moment now. We are already on lap 9. Softs must last into lap 15 or something like that, so they can do a stop for the medium tires and go to the end of the race. But still, they are probably going to start losing pace with the medium runners at any moment now. Lap 10 of the race now. Adam gets a 3-second time penalty, first of the top drivers to get one. And now has lost 2 seconds with Flash. They were fighting on the last laps, and now Flash has built a 2-second gap with him, so now it's going to be difficult for him to catch that DRS again. Rishi now also lost 1.7 seconds with John Fan, so drivers, they are building a gap with the more close drivers to them. Juventino, by the opposite, has kept the pace with Rostorm and has saved a lot of ERS now. He was in 20% ERS in the last laps, now he's up into 63% ERS, while Rostorm has not been able to save any of ERS, still keeping that 22% ERS now, so that's worked perfectly for Juventino, who has used Rostorm to save his ERS perfectly there. And we'll see if finally decides to go for the attack, or going to keep saving that ERS. Now trying to go for the attack, not just to get the good exit of the corner. Again, saving that ERS. We'll see what he decides on this next straight. Again, only for the corner exit, then he's keep saving that ERS. But still deciding not to go for the move on Rostorm now. And also have to say, John Fans has closed into Adam, and now he's at DRS zone. And Womack's got through his teammate on those medium compound of tires, and is 6.3 seconds now behind Elge. Oh, and Elge got through now Cairns on P7 of the race. Cairns is on the hard compound of tire, Elge on the softs, and still with degraded soft, still looks to be faster than Cairns on those hard compound of tire.
Still definitely quick with them, and he's inside the top 8, so he is looking pretty good. And I mean, if he can carry that momentum through the rest of the race, he's definitely going to be in a good position. The DRS, of course, really helping him. It's a tow hook, essentially. If you've got Huge in front of you punching that hole in the air, and he can really stay with him, and the drag reduction system helping him. Similar case up front, we've got John Fans actually on the back of Adam. Is he going to go for the move? He's got the ERS engaged, he's in the slipstream, he's closing. Defensive goes the Alfa Romeo, but once again, as with Womack, the overspeed that John Fan has just propels him, rocket ships him up into the top 4, and that is John Fans up in front of Adam now. And further up, as you were saying, with Stay Evento and Ross Storm, it looks as though Stay is just chilling. Look at the ERS he has saved behind Ross Storm, just chilling behind, and Ross Storm really under pressure. He's got no one to help with at all. He's got no one to help push him forward, and he is really struggling in terms of energy recovery system. And Stay is just going to sit behind, play with his food a little bit, save up the ERS until he's fully prepared to attack, and then after probably on lap 20, lap 25-ish, he's going to go for the move and make sure he can get it done, because he's going to siege Ross out, make sure he's got nothing left to defend with, and just slowly eat away at his life force, that is his energy recovery system. Pit window open, and looking for most people on the softs to peel into the pits relatively soon. I wouldn't expect people to stay out too much longer unless the pace is definitely there. But yeah, you can see Stay on the back of Ross, looking to the inside, but isn't going to go for the move, and probably wise of him. So great racecraft shown by the McLaren here, just waiting for Ross to be vulnerable to attack, and he's just going to sit back and DRS and love life. Still got Adam on the back of John Fans as well. A lot of battles up and down the field, people are close, but not many people really going for things, and as is the case with Austria, it's really hard to close a gap unless there's a massive pace increase or pace deficit to the car in front, because unless you're rapid, you're not going to be closing up, because as is the case with DRS here, we've got Huge and Kian's having a very good battle. Kian's managing to get back in front of the man on the soft compound tyres. Looks as though the hards are now coming into their own and going to be quicker than the softs, as the softs do degrade a lot faster. Huge, very close, under braking coming into the infield section there, and really pushing the McLaren. But both McLarens driving well, and both McLarens on a split strategy. Could be interesting. Lap 14 of 36, and we're going to be seeing a couple of people come into the pits very shortly. But so far, a pretty good race, and there's Rishi, the first man into the pits on the soft, so probably, I would imagine, going to the medium tyres.
Yeah, most probably it's going to be on the medium tires. Soft, medium work perfect on this track, and I think that's... Oh, he's going on the hard tires, so gonna be slow now, but maybe able to go faster on the final laps of the race. But yeah, I think soft medium is the correct strategy here. Well, he has decided to go for the hards. A bit of an alternative strategy, but interesting. Gonna have to check on that one later. Juventino still saving his ERS perfectly there on Rostorm, who has still not been able to save any about that. Still gonna keep the fight, but I was expecting more to be an undercut what we are going to see, but both are going to enter the pit lane on the same lap. Rostorm is into the pit lane, Juventino is into the pit lane too. And we are to see what tires are these drivers going to be on now. So Rostorm is going to be on the... Juventino's on the medium tires, and Rostorm's also on the medium tires. Rostorm coming out in front of Juventino. Kern is now into P3 of the race. Mercedes 1-2 at the moment. And Juventino's out of the pit lane 1.5 seconds, 6 seconds behind Rostorm. So not good for him. He should have gone for an undercut there. But now has that DRS open, and we'll see if he's able to close now with him or not. Womack's into...
Go.
Oh, Womack's into P7 now, still to do his stop. And with 14 lap old medium tires, he's going long still, but great fight back from him at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, strange that Stay's lost that time in the pits, but he's really much already made a back up. He's got such quick pace at this stage in the race, as Stay, and even on the mediums, he's really turned them on quicker than at the man in front of him. But strange that he's lost that much time in the pit lane. It sort of baffles me. Maybe he got held, maybe he didn't engage the gear right. Something must have happened in the pit lane that prevented Juvento from getting in front. But Rostorm given a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, so must have been exceeding the track somewhere. Very easy to do at the Red Bull Ring, but he's the first of the front runners to actually acquire this 3-second penalty, and Stay Juvento, now he's chilling. He is in a very good mindset. He's got the confidence. He's pushing Rostorm to the end, and he's just going to sit back, put the pressure on, and Rostorm really now not just under so much pressure. He's got someone behind him that's so quick. He's not got the ERS to defend with himself either. So Ross not in the best of mindsets. He's now got the penalty to contend with as well. This is not good for the pole sitter. But who else has pit? It looks as though most of the front runners that were out have pit. We've got Fletch on the back of Womack. Needs to clear this traffic pretty quickly for a provisional P6 and have that car between himself and Adam, because if Adam catches up and he's still stuck behind Womack, that will be very much less than ideal. You can see Adam now chipping away and getting within the DRS because Fletch is behind Womack, but he's using an ERS. Has he got the run towards the final corner? He's going to have a look and he's going to go for it. Very nicely done, and Womack's not going to fight that one, but Adam crucially now within the DRS, but Fletch has got the car between himself and the man behind him, which is going to allow him to pull the gap. Stay still on the back of Ross and in the DRS once again, so again just going to chill behind, save his ERS, not use too much, and Ross really going to be under pressure for the rest of this race. Nearly halfway there, and so far not been the most action-packed, but it's been more of a mental game than a battle on track.
And we'll have to say now also that Juventino has his teammate now leading the race and is going to be in front of Rostorm now, so Maybe we can see some teamwork there, trying to block Rostorm for a moment, and that may be allowing him to go through. We don't know how these guys work as a team, but we're about to see what happens now. 1.1 the gap between Rostorm and Cairns, who's still going longer on those hard compound of tire. We'll see if he can keep him behind or not. Juventino is now getting very, very close into Rostorm. Rostorm not catching DRS with Cairns there. And Juventino keeps saving his ERS while Rostorm doesn't have any almost at all. Bagos has left the session. Well, looks he was still here even with the DNF. Now Rostorm is going to have DRS, and Juventino is trying to go for them. Around the outside goes Juventino, trying to overtake Rostorm. Rostorm covers down the inside, calls that place, but now Juventino has gonna try to go for it. No, he won't. Use plenty of ERS trying to go for that move, and finally it was useless. His teammate Cairns there, now in front of Rostorm. It's a McLaren sandwich what we are seeing now. And we'll see how much laps this will remain as this. Cairns will try to hold Rostorm, who doesn't have much ERS to attack. Cairns has much more ERS than Rostorm has. So it's going to be an interesting one to watch. Rostorm now... Oh, continue.
I was just going to say definitely, but ironically what's happened is Cairns has actually... is almost saving Ross from the pressure from Stay, because he's given him that DRS and preventing Stay really getting a clean pass. We're going to see if he can get it again, but Stay really in a bad position. Let's see if Ross can clear Cairns. But no McLaren team orders. He is going to defend, but Ross is going to dummy to the inside, goes over the grass, very, very close between those two, gets it all wrong, and there's Stay, going to have the cutback. This is now what he's going to do. Cairns really blocking him, but has Ross managed to get the momentum off the corner? He hasn't. Went into neutral there, really mounted the curb, and Cairns really holding on to this provisional P1. It's not going to hurt his race. Well, it is going to hurt his race, I should say. Really, really going to hurt his race out in front, but he wants to battle, he wants to help his teammate out. But the probably best thing for him to do would be to pit and deny Ross Storm of that DRS. We've got Stay still really pushing Ross Storm now. This is the fight for the race lead that has been boiling up for the last 19 or so laps, and it looks as though Stay is not going to be waiting around for much longer. He wants this position, and now Ross is weak. Cairns pulling away, and Ross really decomposed himself there. He's not in the right mindset, but could be close, and will Stay go for the move down towards turn 2 again?
Well, here we go again on this first race. As we were saying on the qualifying, very polemic turn 2 has given us a lot of polemic in real life, and there he goes. Rostorm around the outside, trying to overtake Cairns, who covers very good there, holding the place, and now Juventino is gonna try to go through by the inside, tries to go, but not able. Maybe he don't know he has his teammate in front, and now ironically his teammate is blocking him. Rostorm dive bombing by the outside. Oh, and Cairns touched him a bit. Not sure if thankfully he didn't push him off the track. You're having a great fight there for that P1 of the race. Great battle between the McLarens and Rostorm. Rostorm now down the inside, tries to go for the move, and Mavericks DNF the race now on the pit lane, so no safety car. Juventino's now trying to get the move. This is a very great fight we are seeing here for P1. Cairns still staying out, and I can't imagine the pressure that Rostorm is feeling at the moment. Now Juventino's going down the inside, getting the move done. There he goes, gets the move done on Rostorm, but Rostorm dive bombs by the outside. Very close to contact there, but they managed to keep it clean. Now Rostorm on the slipstream of Juventino, gonna try to regain his place. Down the inside he goes, dive bombing. There Juventino close to contact with Cairns. Great battle and very clean what we are seeing now. Juventino's gonna have a fight at back with DRS open now by the outside. Rostorm defending by the inside. Tries to go for a dive bomb. There dive bomb. Who's going to be first? It's Juventino, Rostorm. Side by side go both drivers. Rostorm gonna defend by the outside. Minimal contact there, nothing happened. And Cairns is who is allowing us to have this great battle at the moment, who's still holding both of them, not allowing Rostorm go through. and this is allowing us to see a great battle between these two drivers, and this is also allowing Flash to close the gap between Rostrom and Juventinos, now 3.3 seconds behind. If I'm not wrong, he was 5 seconds behind in the last laps, now 2.9, so this is also allowing the Mercedes drivers to close the gap, and Juventinos now got a 3-second time penalty, so this is now equal conditions now for both drivers. Rostrom now going round the outside, by the outside, trying to overtake by Karen's going to dive bomb there, done, push him off the track, and Juventino is through now. We'll see if Rostrom can fight this back. Now Karen's gonna let Juventino by. There it is, Juventino's now through. A bit of a polemic move again. That's what turn 2 gives us. But no, Kearns is holding his position actually. He tried to hold it, and well, now Juventino is through. Rostrom trying to get Kearns there. Yeah, but Kearns forced Rostrom off the track, I have to say. So again, turn 2 giving us polemic moves on real life and on virtual racing too. Flash now has closed the gap into 1.5 second, 1.6, getting very close because of the battle that has gone in front of him. Rostrom still not being able to overtake Kearns. Kearns doing a great job still on those very degraded hard compound after. Oh, and Rostrom's touched his back. Rostrom's touched Kearns from the back and got wing damage now. And Rostrom's race turned into a nightmare now. Got wing damage, gonna have to pit, and definitely not going to be happy with this one. Rostrom now going into the pit lane now. Race turned, unfortunate for him. Now Flash is gonna be into P3 of the race, and is going to try to close the gap with Kearns now with the McLaren team. Very unpredictable what has just happened now. Well, it was a mistake by Rostrom, missing the brakes and colliding with Kearns back there. So yeah, unfortunate for him. It's turned into a nightmare race for him now after it was looking pretty good after that, getting that pole position. Want to say something, Zach?
Yeah, I suppose we could. Stay, I don't really know what was going on. That was a great battle between Cairns and Stay, pretty much for the entire thing. And Stay managing to get in front, but Cairns still yet to pit. But a big shame for Ross, who's been driving such a great race. He's now got the softs. Let's see if he can recover, if anywhere. He's got Echoed behind him. Let's have the focus on the midfield at the moment. We've got a little battle going on here between BGR. Sadek going defensive around the outside as Echo was trying to pit so close to calamity between those guys. But Sadek now under pressure from AA Gaming. Let's give the midfield a bit of a shine in DRS and Slipstream as AA Gaming. He's worked his way to the top 10. He's now on the brink of the top 9. Goes to the outside of turn 1. So close to contact, but they've managed to get it cleanly. And there's Sadek getting done by Womack. So the Red Bull pairing working together here, but the AlphaTauri now on the back of the senior Red Bull car. This is only for P8, but still a great battle. He doesn't go for the move. He's going to send it around the outside, though. He doesn't get the move done, but AA Gaming going to carry the momentum, and up into the top 8 he goes, and Sadek really left to just pick up the pieces. He got completely swamped by those guys there, and this is a great little battle. Great little skirmish in the midfield that you don't often see, but AA Gaming managed to get the most of that one. We got Fletch on the back of Kians as well, who is still yet to pit. Interesting to see when he is going to pit, because the longer he stays out, the less time he's going to give himself to stay with him, but let's see what Fletch can do. Currently sits P3 after I believe it was Ross Storm's a bit of an incident. He's in the DRS. This Khan's going to fight this as much as he was before. He goes wide. Is he going to cut him for a dummy? No, he's going to go around the outside. Can he get it done? No, he's not. He's not going to be able to get the cutback either. He needs to get the momentum. DRS wide open. Also got Adam on the back with John Fans. We can have a look. But here comes Fletch to the inside. Ken's defense, but he goes even deeper. Does the Mercedes down the inside, and that should be the move done surely. But Khan's going to try and get the cutback. He's fighting this very hard. He's sort of just being a mobile chicane for everyone, but he's gonna he's not gonna be able to fight that one for much longer because of the sheer pace deficit he has on those hard compound tyres.
Well, he should probably pit now if he, yeah, there he goes, going to go for the pit lane. Soft tires, yeah, if he wants to have a chance to get a better result, so he has to push now on the soft tires, gonna have 10 laps to do so. Well, here on the commentary we have Clint asking what happened to Russ. Well, what happened is that he got overtaken by Juventino, then Cairns, who is Juventino's teammate, let Juventino by, and then Rostorm tried to overtake Cairns, and finally missed the brakes and collided with Cairns back and broke the front wing, so had to pit again for a new wing, and that's why he is so far on those soft tires. So, well, we have now Adam with John Fans in less than a second at the moment. Then we keep this battle with AA Gaming and Womack. Sadok also involved in this fight. Cairns is actually out of the pit lane into P6 of the race. And curiously, Rostorm is at his back, so we'll see these guys meet on track again. We'll see how they are going to manage it now. Not sure if Rostorm is maybe angry because of that bit of a polemic move we saw on turn 2, getting a bit pushed off the track. So we'll see how will be his reaction now that he has Cairns in front of him. Then 3.5 second gap with Euge on P5. And then gap with next drivers is 10 seconds, so probably not going to be shortened at all. Again, AA Gaming going by the outside, overtaking Womack. Womack's going to try to defend this one. No, he won't. He'll have DRS open now and going to try to regain that place on AA Gaming now. AA Gaming there locking a bit his tires and having to say for the battle for the lead of the race. Juventino is leading by 3.6 seconds, but he has that 3-second time penalty. So if Fletch is able to shorten that gap into less than 3 seconds, Fletch will win this race. Obviously, if he doesn't catch a penalty later. Rostorm there losing some pace with Cairns 1.1, 1.2 seconds behind there. Cairns shortening the distance with Euge now 1.1 seconds. It's been a very good race for Cairns, actually starting P11 on those hard tires. He's into P6 now. Fighting there for P5 and with no penalties. We'll see if he can even hope for something better than that. Cairns now on the DRS from Euge, probably going to be an easy move. Much faster compound of tire. 10 laps. All the tires that Euge has. Probably going to be an easy move now into turn 2, I'm sorry. No, he doesn't go for the move yet. Probably going to be on the next race. Rostorm gets another 3-second time penalty. Not looking good for him at all. There goes for the move. Cairns by the outside. Overtaking Euge. Euge dive bombs, but he's going to miss the braking zone there. Cairns gets there into P5 of the race now. I'm gonna try to hunt Adam on the remaining 6 laps of this Austrian Grand Prix. Rostorm now closing into his teammate for P6 of the race. Not sure if there will be any teamwork here or they are going to just fight a track. We'll see. 1.2 seconds now the gap. Euge stands a bit that distance. Then currently on track we have only the fight between Womack and AA Gaming for P8 of the race. Not a great place to be in, but well, that's what we have. Then we have Paulo Frost battle with Richie there. Richie is now into the pit lane. So that was the last fight on track we were having there. Womack and AA Gaming probably the only fight to follow on track now. Richie is the end of the race on the pit lane, so no safety car is going to come out on these last laps of the race. On board with Womack now, DRS open to get AA Gaming. Also having to say, Womack has full ERS while AA Gaming has only 20%. So looking much better situation for Womack. Round the outside goes, pretty not so easy move. AA Gaming trying to go for dive bomb there, defending very good his position. Who's got the DRS? It's Womack, AA Gaming, who got DRS there to defend. So Womack's not going to be able to overtake there. Well, Flash now has shortened the distance actually. Gunners the end of the race. On the pit lane also no chance of safety car. Flash has shortened the distance with Juventino into 3 seconds, so we can have a challenge for the win of the race actually, because Flash managed to not get any penalties while Juventino has a 3-second time penalty. So getting very interested in that fight for the lead, but also John fans, Juventino's Flash teammates, getting closer to him now. 1.0 seconds. If he keeps that pace, it's going to be DRS zone, and we'll see a Mercedes battle for P2, or he knows may even be for P1. So getting very interesting fight for P1 of the race now. Race winner not decided yet between Juventino, Flash and John fans. Could be any of these three who is going to take the win today. Rostorm has got in front of teammate Euge. And now Cairns is going hunting down Adam actually, 3.5 seconds behind. Adam has that penalty, so Cairns most probably going to finish this race on P4. So you haven't talked for a while, Zach. Want to say something?
Yeah, it could be I don't know. It's just this fight for the race lead it's almost false in a sense, because it's a race against time more so than a race on track, and it is looking very close. But if John Fans closes up to Fledge, it could stop him from winning the race. Could Mercedes just sort of say, hey, come on, you know, we have a chance at a race win here, let's just sit behind. We're on the penultimate lap and 3.8 seconds is the gap. Both of them are pushing the hell out of this car to stay in front. But he's closing it up. He's got a lot. He's not actually got a lot of ERS to say. He's got 1% ERS, and Fletcher's not very pretty either. So both of these guys, you know, almost fighting it out, but very social distance when it comes to their position on track. Is 4/10 is the gap to the race win for Fletch. He just needs to stay with it and try and close the gap, push it as much as he can, and get under that 3-second range. This is what it's been boiling up to for the whole race. Stay has been driving so well, but as is everyone, and you can even say the same about Cairns and Ross Storm. Both driven fantastically, despite their sort of issues or their strategy. And Cairns really propelled himself up, but has Fletch got enough in him to close the gap as we come on to the final lap of the race? 10 corners, or I should say probably around about 12 corners left to go as Stay rounds the final 2. Right now it's 10 corners left to go. 3.5 seconds is the gap. He's got one more lap left. He needs to try and gain that a little bit of time. Never it through ERS management or whatever. John Fan's now within the DRS though, so maybe he could launch an attack on his teammate and spoil the fun. Cairns as well getting past Adam. Very easy move up into the top 4 for Cairns, and that is incredible stuff. He's closed the gap and already cleared Adam in this fight. But can Stay hang on? He's coming through turn 2, and so is Fletch. This could get spicy because 5/10 still can be closed, but can John Fans do anything? Overtake DRS, he's going to try and push it, but is it enough? He's running out of opportunities if he wants to get this move done, and it looks as though Fletch is running out of opportunities to close the gap. Stay must have just had that all bottled up within to try and make it. He just needs to go mistake 3 until the end of the race. 3.3 is the gap through the infields. He needs to stay, keep it smooth, keep it consistent, like he's been doing for the last 36 or so laps. 3.2 seconds is the gap. This could be very close. Fletch needs a very good run. 2/10, 1/10. It's so close, so fine. He needs to send it completely, full commitment, nothing to lose through the final 2 corners. Needs 2/10 in the bank through the final corner. He's messed it up a little bit across the line. Stay is going to win ahead of Fletch, who's going to crawl across for P2 by 0.3 of a second, and John Fans rounding off the top 3. Very close. 0.3 between them. That could have been anyone's game.
Yeah, very close at the end because of penalties. We see only less than a second separates top 3 drivers. It's first place for Juventino, second and third for Flash and John Fans, Mercedes drivers. Finally Cairns on P4, so 1-4 for McLaren, 2-3 for Mercedes, and finally it's going to be a 5-6 for Williams. So 3 teams on the top 6 places of the race. Pretty fun race to watch, I have to say. Maybe the best we've seen till now. Not sure. It was very fun to watch that battle between the McLarens and Rostorm. Unfortunate for Rostorm, it didn't end well. But yeah, very good race. So maybe driver of the day today, maybe I could go with Cairns personally. Starting on that P11 on those hard tires was very difficult to overtake. Very difficult driver to overtake, and finally managed to get that P4 of the race.
Yeah, drove fantastically on the hard tyres, and that short soft stint to get him up into the top 4 was incredible. Also want to just mention Womack as well. He drove fantastically. Yoge as well, driving fantastically. Everyone outside the top 10 really did drive a great race, and AA Gaming as well, getting himself into the top 10. There's a lot of drivers of note, but again, I have to agree with you that Cairns getting himself into the top 4 with that long, hard stint really helped, and it makes you wonder, if he didn't battle with Stay, could he have gotten onto the podium? How much time did he lose because of it?
Well, he had to extend those hard tires. If he had pitted, he would have gone for mediums, and it wasn't going to be enough speed for him, so it would have been the same, I think so. But maybe it even helped him because he held his rivals, actually, not let them also pick their pace, and finally, well, ended in front of Rostorm. So maybe that could also have helped.
Probably. Who knows? We don't know. We only have the benefit of hindsight. But Kent, nonetheless, whether he could have got on the podium or not, great drive for the P4. And that hard strategy did seem to work then. He definitely had the pace, and probably, if he didn't qualify P11, could have had the pace to be up there with the top 3, but who knows. It was a great battle between him and his teammate and Ross Thorne before it ended. You covered that pretty well with the commentary there, because that was just, yeah, a great battle overall between those 3, and a fight for the race lead, one we haven't really had so far this season. So nice to see everyone finally stepping up and going for the race win.
Yeah, I was hoping for this some races ago to see battle for the race win, which we have seen today. Well, last races, some driver was very dominant, as Rogers was in last races, but finally, as you say, we had a great battle for P1 on track. So pretty fun race to watch, and probably we have to end here. So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks to the drivers for racing here on FRL. Pretty fun race to watch. Thanks for entertaining us. Thanks to you, Zach, for commentating with me as always. Very nice to do so. Clint says, great commentary, boys. Really enjoyed it. Really appreciate it, Clint. Thanks for watching this race, and hope to see you on the next ones too. We are going to be back next week for the British Grand Prix. So, well, that's going to be all for today. So again, thanks to everyone for racing and for watching, and goodbye, and see you next week.
Bye.